Welcome to this Sleep Problems Training Guide. I'm here to help you help yourself through some common life difficulties. In this session, we're focusing on how to sleep better. Sleep is crucial to all of us. We need it in order to feel well physically, as well as to boost how we feel emotionally. We can all identify with not sleeping properly for a night or two, when perhaps something exciting like a birthday or a holiday is about to happen. Or if there's something we're worried or concerned about, like an interview or a family crisis. And not sleeping properly is a bad start to any day. But if it just lasts for a day or two, most people can put up with it. But it's when we can't sleep properly for several days or weeks that it gets harder and harder to cope. So, this session will help you build your understanding of ways to get a restful night's sleep. And we'll point out some easy and practical things that can help. Here's a typical example of someone who's not been sleeping well for several weeks. She'll be studying for exams and has been spending a lot of time in her bedroom working hard. She's also been using energy drinks and coffee to keep focused as she works. However, the caffeine is having an unhelpful effect later in the day, as although she's feeling exhausted when she gets into bed, she finds she's not able to fall asleep. She ends up tossing and turning in bed, watching the clock and looking at updates on her phone, and then finds it difficult getting up in the morning because she feels so tired. Do you ever feel like this? The good news is that there are lots of things you can do that might help you sleep better. It's a matter of breaking things down and making small changes that will all add up. First, you need to plan how you go to sleep. Get into a regular sleep routine. Go to bed and get up at the same time every day. And don't lie in or nap when you should be awake, because this upsets your body clock and makes it harder to drop off. Also, be good to yourself and gently wind down for half an hour before bed. Maybe have a warm bath with bubbles or salts, or sip a nice warm milky drink and listen to some soothing music. If you find that reading relaxes you, read a happy book, but maybe not a thriller. Make sure your bedroom's warm and cozy and dark. If the bed's chilly, add a blanket or another duvet and go back to the hot water bottle you used to love as a kid. If it's just too hot, use a fan or open the window, or drop the duvet and sleep under a sheet. Is the bed itself really comfy? If not, consider changing your pillows or try turning the mattress. Or maybe the curtains are a bit thin, in which case try thicker ones or blackout linings. Perhaps things are a bit noisy outside. Maybe get some earplugs from the chemist. Some people find that alcohol seems to make them feel sleepy, but do remember it's just a shallow sleep that doesn't last for long. You'll probably find that you have to get up in the night to go to the loo, so try not to drink alcohol in the hour or so before bed. Exercise is also a bad idea just before bed. Although getting physically tired might seem okay, actually it's not as good as slowly winding down. So again, try not to do anything strenuous near bedtime. Try and schedule activity in earlier in the day. And don't smoke either, because smoking wakes you up. If you do smoke, have your last cigarette at least half an hour or so before your bath. Watching TV in bed is also a no-no. Perhaps watch it to calm down a little bit before your bath, but try and get rid of the television in your bedroom. Switch your mobile phone off too, or into nighttime or aircraft mode so you don't get wakened by updates. Reflect on whether activities such as reading or listening to the radio or audiobooks help you wind down to sleep or alert you and prevent sleep. I hope you're getting the idea that there's only two things allowed in bed, and that's sleep and sex. And now you're bathed and have a nice, warm, comfy bedroom, you might just do a little bit more of both. But at first, even after winding down with your warm bath and warm milky drink, you may still be turning things over and over again in your mind. So here's what to do. Keep a pen and paper by the side of the bed, and if you have worries going round and round in your head that are keeping you awake, sit up, turn on the light, or instead leave the room if you have a partner, and get a piece of paper. Cut it into strips and write down one thing that's worrying you on each strip. And just doing this, separating out each of the things you're worrying about, will help you untangle them and make them easier to cope with. Next, give each worry a day and a time from tomorrow morning onwards, when you're going to sit down and really work on sorting it out. So your first strip might say, I think my partner's upset with me. I'll think that through at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Thursday. And perhaps the second might be, I don't feel as if I'm appreciated at work. I'm going to tackle that at 6 o'clock in the evening on Wednesday. Try and do this for all the worries left over until you have a number of slips with thoughts and days and times on them. Look at the slips and promise yourself that you're going to think about each problem on the day you've written them down, but not until then. Now put the slips somewhere where you won't lose them and go back to bed. You've nothing on your worry schedule at the moment, so you're officially entitled to get some rest. And if you've tried all these different things and still aren't sleeping, then get up. And I know this sounds crazy, but get up and go downstairs and sit in a comfy chair and read a book or watch telly or listen to some music. Just make sure you choose to do something quiet that doesn't wake you up even more. And do this until you feel sleepy tired, and then go back to bed. Although this may sound counterintuitive, it's hard to do when you know you need sleep, but if you choose to do this each time you've been in bed awake for more than, say, 20 minutes, you'll quite quickly break the cycle of lying there and getting upset as you watch the minutes tick by all night. You've made a great start here by completing this session, but please remember that if these simple tips don't help, and if a lack of sleep is affecting your daily life, then it might be time to talk to your GP. Thanks for listening.